Hello everyone, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Amber Reads Romance. Today I'm actually doing a pretty big book haul, at least for me. I was trying to do like not a total book buying ban, but hold off on it as much. And so I wasn't really like doing my book haul videos, yet I was still buying books. So I just looked it up and I haven't done a book haul since May. So these have been all piled up in my corner over there and I need to get them on my shelf. I want to kind of redo my shelf a bit here. So we're going to go into all the books that I've been buying since then. Some of you may not think it's as crazy, but for me that lives on a really tight budget. The book buying it's hard. So anyways, let's go ahead and I guess we'll just kind of call this my New Year book haul since it's the new year. We'll go over all these books and this will be my New Year book haul. Okay, so we're just going to dive right in here. I'm going to start off with some of the Cora Reilly books I bought. I did want to get the Born in Blood series, and I was also doing a Cora Reilly, Intro to Cora Reilly and Mafia Romance video that I did. So I will link that down below if you're interested. Give it a watch. I would really appreciate it. But let's just start off with what I bought on that. So I started off with Bound by Honor, and this is obviously Luca and Arya's romance. This is the book one, everything that started it. This is the heroine that started the Too Stupid to Live for me. But I still love it. Like, I love Luca. So I reread, like when I reread it, I realized it was a lot more slow burn. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't reread this one. I read Luca's part of the romance and it just felt so slow burn. So I didn't realize it was that slow burn when I read it. Then we have Bound by Duty, and this is Dante, and I think it's Valentina. Yeah, Dante and Valentina's romance. And then we have the third book, which is Bound by Hatred. This is Gianna and Matteo. They freaking hate each other. Gianna can be a little annoying, but I still like it. Then I have Bound by Temptation, and I believe this is Liliana, and then what was his name? Oh yeah, Romero, which is like one of the second in command kind of bodyguard situation. And I can't remember. Oh yeah, so this one I absolutely love is Bound by Vengeance. This is for Growl's romance, and it takes you to like the Las Vegas Comora. So it's totally different and interesting. Then we have Bound by Love, and this is another book about Luca and Arya, and kind of everything that Arya did has long-reaching effect on their relationship. And then I actually got this, and this was like the signed edition of Cora Reilly's Luca Vitiello. So I snatched that up, and it's pretty cool. It's got interesting chapter headings, but wanted to get a signed copy, so happy to have that one. The only one I don't really have in that series is the anthology. I don't really care about it. I didn't really like it that much, so I didn't get it. Okay, so on to a couple books that I just bought. I actually bought the mass paper book production kind of thing of Outlander, and they were so tiny. And my goal for 2024 with this Outlander readathon was to actually reread them, the ones that I've read, and continue the series and annotate as I go. So I had to basically return that set and get like the full-sized one. And then of course I accidentally got the third book and it was the wrong size, so I have to send that back again. But I got, oops, sorry, that's not the first one. We got Outlander. So this is the first book. I'm so excited that Jen from the Book Refuge is actually doing the Outlander readathon. So if you're joining, let me know down below if you're joining, because I'm so excited. I can't wait to get to this. I've just been so busy this month and I still need to get to it and actually take the time with annotating, which it's going to be my first time annotating, and it's a thicker book. I think it's like, oh, it's not too bad. Okay, so it's like 500 and something pages, almost, 600 and something. So it could be a long annotating or slow process for me. So I got to get started on that. And then I got the second book, which is Dragonfly and Amber. And, you know, I can't wait to get to these. So these ones I want to get annotated and, you know, up on my shelf and everything. Okay, so let's go over some of the historical romances that I bought. So I discovered my love of Tessa Dare this year, and so I had to get the Duchess deal, which is one of her best. Good, you know, scarred hero, Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's such a fun romance. Then I got Lisa Kleypas, Devil in Disguise. Lisa Kleypas is my favorite historical romance author. I love all her series, and if you have Devil in the title, you know I'm going to get it for that reason. If you know, you know. I'm sure you do. Then I got A Week to Be Wicked. I absolutely love this book. I love Colin and Minerva. It's such a great romance. I got The Duke Gets Even by Joanna Shoup, one of my 6-star reads, one of my favorites from 2023, so I had to buy it. Love Nellie and Duke Lockwood. Then I got Any Duchess Will Do, which I kind of want to reread this year again because I think it might be a 6-star and I only gave it 5 stars because I think it's honestly one of the most perfect historical romances I've ever read. And then another one that I love is A Lady Gets Lucky by Joanna Shoup. This one is a different size than this one, so I'm kind of irritated by that. I don't know what I did. I messed up in my ordering or who I ordered it from. I don't know, but I was frustrated, but oh well. All right, so I actually got L.J. Shen's Vicious. This was one of my first bully darker romances when I first started reading romance again a few years ago, and I just loved it so much. So I really wanted a copy. I love this cover, and I kind of want to reread it, and maybe I'll annotate this one too once I get into annotating because it's one of my favorite bully romances. Then I got Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. I need to slowly start getting this series, the Devil Knight series, because it is so fantastic and I need to get like the whole series. But so far, I've only got Corrupt so far. Then to continue with my dark romance, I got Even If It Hurts by Sam Mariano. If you know me, I love my Sam Mariano. This is not my favorite hero. Dare is a little too psycho for me. I love my Carter Mahoney right here. That's where I live. But this gave me like my stomach hurt reading it. It's still great. I still love Sam Mariano. She really is just such a good psychological writer. And this is a duet that I need to read this year. Sorry, I don't know what was in that. This is a duet that I need to read this year, and it's my goal too. And this is Gianna Darling's Anti-Heroes in Love duet, and I need to read it. So this is like the bind-up of both of the books. When Heroes Fall, and I can't remember if it's like When Villains Rise, or I can't remember what the other one's called. Oh, When Villains Rise, yeah. It's got really cool, like, inlays here that I like. So can't wait to read that. So that's one of my goals this year. Then I bought one of my favorite dark romances from 2022 that just blew me away, and that is Still Beating. I think it's one of the most darkest, emotional, and moving books that I read that year, and I was blown away by this book. Then I wanted to kind of help support Emily McIntyre. I think I'm missing a couple of the books in this, but I decided to buy her, I think it's called, The Never After. yeah, Never After series. I'm guessing that's what it's called. But I got Hooked, Scarred, which I loved Scarred. It was like more of like a dark historical romance feel to it, which I really liked. And Wretched. I need to get the other books in this series. I wanted to support her with everything that she was going through with her breast cancer and everything. And, you know, I really enjoyed those books. So those are kind of me trying to get that series. These are a couple kind of like random ones that I wanted to get. So I really loved Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. So I got Us. And I still need to read this. So this is continuing the male romance. And it was one of the best male romances I ever read in Him. And so it's a hockey romance. And I had to get this from eBay because I think I got it on eBay. I know I did the first one because they were trying to, like, they're trying to sell you the cartoon versions now. And I don't want the cartoon version. I want the guys on the cover. So had to find that. Then everybody has ranted and raved about this series, so I decided, what the heck? This has like a misprint in it or something. Okay, I just noticed this, but this book literally has like an error in it, so that pisses me off. That is weird. Okay. Okay, so I just realized there's like an error in this book, like a misprint, like a page is totally effed up, and I never noticed that. And I don't know if Amazon will let me return this. But anyways, this is a very hyped series, and so I wanted to get the original cover, but I figured I'd just get the newer covers, and it is what it is. But I got Magnolia Parks. And I want to give this a try. It's been on my TBR for the last 2 months and I still haven't gotten to it. So here's hoping. I'm very irritated that this has an error on it. And I never looked through it. I just put it up on my bookcase. So I don't know if Amazon will let me return it this late. Anyway, sorry guys. I was just getting pissed off. Then I have not read this, and it's, you know, everywhere with a show and everything. So I thought I'd give it a shot because it was on sale. And that is Daisy Jones and the Six. Haven't read this yet. I don't think I've ever even read Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I think that'll be good for me to finally read this author that everybody loves. Then I actually bought this on Mercari because I wanted to get this special version of Knotted by Pam Godwin. I think it was by Fabled. I can't remember if that's who did this. I think it was done by Fabled, but it's really beautiful because if you take off the outside, this is how the cover looks, which is really beautiful. And then it is signed by Pam Godwin, if you can see that. So I just love like the horse, and then it's got this on the back. So I ended up getting this on Mercari. I've seen them on there multiple times, so you should definitely check it out. But I still need to read that too. So you know, Pam Godwin. It's probably hard to see because it's so dark, but okay, so continuing with my Nikki Harris collection, I need to keep getting these books. I absolutely love the Kids in the District series. It's her Mafia series. This is a duet within that series that I loved, and this is His Pretty Little Burden. And then we have His Pretty Little Queen. And this is an age gap, you know, enemy's daughter. She's pregnant. I love it when there's a heroine that's pregnant with another man's baby and the guy takes care of her. I'm a sucker for that. So absolutely excited to add these. Then I also got these on Mercari. Somebody has signed editions of these. So it was for Gravity by Sarah Kate. And then it actually had like the bookmark. And then it was signed So I thought that would be fun. I've only read Gravity and I did really enjoy it. It's a little out there, but I did enjoy it. But I haven't read this one, and I think it's a male, or it might be MMF. I can't remember, but this is Free Fall. So this is book 2. Ooh. Oh, it looks like it has a free ebook in there that I didn't even know I had. And then signed by Sarah Kate. Obviously, it's to somebody else because they sold this. But Mercari is a good place to go if you want to see if you can buy signed special editions or anything like that. And then I am trying to finish out my Chestnut Springs. Some of them I was kind of disappointed in, so I haven't bought all of them, but I kind of feel like I need the whole series. So I don't know, I might do it. But I have Flawless. I already have Heartless because that was my favorite book of 2022, so I actually bought that already. So I have Flawless, which is book 1. And then I have Reckless, which was my other favorite prickly heroine, surprise baby kind of thing, which it was a good surprise baby for me. So I absolutely love these, and I want to make sure I get them where they have the people on the cover. You know, she is getting picked up by Bloom or whatever, I think. So her covers are probably going to be changing, but... Okay, so then I got the first book. Well, it's not the first book. I think it's like technically the third book in Kay Webster's series. But this is part of the second generation within the Wild and Free world. And this is the Untamed. I still need to get the Unruly, which was the next one after this. But it was so good. Like, I love these. These were so dark. Like, so extremely dark. The Unruly that went after this was way darker than this one. But this is the second generation. Again, the Wild is that very taboo book where it's the father-daughter fall in love, and then these are their kids and their siblings, and they fall in love. So, I mean, it's taboo. So I got some Sophie Lark books. I did get Minx. We did this for a buddy read, so I bought this back then. It wasn't my favorite Sophie Lark, but, you know, I'm always happy to continue building my Sophie Lark collection as we have here. I'll just put this here. Then I got one of my favorites by her. It's a duet. It's about serial killers, and it is so amazing, so sexy, so dark, so different. And that is There Are No Saints. And this is like the newer covers with her being picked up by Bloom, but this is There Is No Devil. So these aren't the ones with the people on the covers, but that's okay, you know. Okay, and then this one I actually got because she came to San Diego and did a book signing. I already have this book with the people on the cover version, but this is the Bloom version, and Sophie Lark signed it for Brutal Birthright for Bloody Heart. So I have this one. So, I mean, it's a signed edition, so of course, so excited to have that. I was so excited to meet Sophie Lark. I mean, it was everything to me. Her and her husband were so nice, and it was just so cool. Okay, guys, we're almost done here, I promise. This was the series that broke me this year. It was my favorite books of the year, top notch. Never cried so much in books as I did this. So if you've watched my videos, you probably know which books I'm going to bring up. Finding 13 by Chloe Walsh. And I'm so excited because I found people on Mercari that had these out of print editions, and I had to have them. So I found like 2 different people selling like the first 2 and then another person selling the last 2. So I'm so happy that I got these. I'm so excited. One of my things that I want to do is reread these and annotate them. But that's a huge undertaking because, I mean, these books are very thick. And this is just part 1 of the duet for this couple, for Johnny and Shannon. Keeping 13 is the book that like I put for my favorite book of the year because it shocked me. Like, I bawled my eyes out. Like, I think about these characters all the time, you guys. Like, I feel like they're part of me. which sounds so dorky, but I can't help it. And the one that has my heart the most is Joey. Oh, Joey, he's just so precious. So this is Joey and Aoife's romance. And so we have Saving Six. And then we have Redeeming Six. So again, these are thick, you guys. So I understand the kind of hesitance to read these because that was me. But I'm so glad I did it because I've never read such amazing storytelling and something that shook me to my core. This isn't supposed to be a video, me promoting this, but I just, again, I mean, if you guys haven't read it, I highly recommend it. So, such an amazing series, and I'm so happy I got these, and I can't wait for the new release where Gipsy's going to have his book. So these are all the books that I got so far for those months. I mean, it's not too crazy, I don't think, but I definitely need to get these added to my shelf and update my shelf a little bit. I kind of want to move them down a little bit because I'm not really liking my setup. I wish I had another bookshelf over here, but I don't have room. Maybe one day when I get things moved around. Anyways, thank you so much if you watched this till the end. I really appreciate that. If you could like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below. Let me know if any of these books you love or if you're interested in reading, the Boys of Tommen series. I will definitely, if you want to DM me on Instagram and talk about Boys of Tommen, I'm down. I love that series so much. All right, thank you so much, you guys. As always, have a great day, and I will see you on the next one.